All right. John Boy in the house. That's right. It has been brought to my attention that somebody's going in people's chats, live stream chats, and posing as me. I just want to clarify. Anybody that knows me knows what my avatar looks like and knows how I talk and knows that I don't talk the way this person does. I have a funny feeling it's Mark B. This guy started the stuff over in Seven Spotting's channel and it's continued over. So, people, be on the lookout. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know how I am. And I don't do the things this guy was doing. And he deleted all his comments on the live stream that I was informed of on a channel that I've never been to. Just wanted to get this message out there and let y'all know, beware. You have been warned. I am not out on any channels starting arguments or anything with anybody. This one particular live stream had friends of mine in it. And I would never talk to them in that manner. I could hear the host addressing John Boy, but it was not me. Y'all will know who I am when I'm in the chat. Just look at the avatar. That's all you got to do. Who we got in here? We got 4 people in the chat. Hit that thumbs up. I tried to invite some guests, but nobody seems to want to even come up and be a guest on my panel for some reason anymore. I've been shadow banned by ScrewTube, and now I got people out there trying to act like they're me. Paris Logan, if you see a John Boy anywhere and it doesn't have my John Boy avatar, it's not me. People know how I talk in chat. People know I don't talk the way this other guy did, but he's going to channels I don't go to that's got people I know. Polar message, what's going on? I had some guy try to make me look racist in a live stream the other day, and he's still up to it, and now he's trying to act like he's me. Chrysler Imperial, hey, how's it going? I know, I'm tired of these trolls too, Chrysler. I mean, I've never, look, I was informed that I was asked, I was like, were you on such and such live stream last night? And commenting or basically trolling in the chat like you were. I'm like, you know me. You know I wouldn't do it. And the person was like, yeah, I know you wouldn't do that, but I thought you should know. So I was sent the link. I looked at it. Sure enough, the host is sitting there talking to this John Boy guy, making all sorts of, I don't know what he was saying because he deleted all his comments out of the chat, but I could see people chatting to him. Bamboo was chatting to him. I've never seen this guy, but his name is Windhammer. Was chatting to him, but I saw enough. I kind of skipped through here and there, and saw that John Boy's chat wasn't showing, but people were sure talking to him. And I just want people to know that was not me. If you see me in a chat or comment on a video, you will see my John Boy avatar. Not the one that's on the screen right now. But y'all know my mask and goggles. That's been my avatar even back in the Google Plus days. If anybody remembers G Plus, that was a good platform. I don't know why they did away with it. But for some reason, people are trying to. I mean, my channel's crippled enough because of ScrewTube, and it's censored so much that I can't get hardly 30 views on a video. I don't know, y'all. I about had it. That's why I'm not on YouTube. And I'm especially not on YouTube late at night, except for the other night when I did that live. But the only reason I did that live, I was addressing a problem that happened on a live stream I was on, and a guy tried to make me look racist in there. And anybody that knows me knows I ain't racist. Yeah, I know it. That's why, if anybody knows my avatar, they will be able to tell the difference, because there's no way to get the actual photo like it is in my avatar. If you try to copy my avatar photo, it will not be the same when they make an avatar out of it, because the way it's got to be cropped. And that's why I've got this avatar up right now. So if they think this is the John Boy avatar, go ahead and try to use it. But my John Boy avatar has been my John Boy avatar since I started. I'm just letting everybody know I'm not out here trolling live streams. I mean, it was on a channel I've never been to, never heard of. But people I know was in the chat. See, that's the whole thing. And anybody that watches that video will hear the host saying, well, John Boy this, well, John Boy that. I'm not even going to mention the channel that it happened on name. I'm just saying it was brought to my attention, and now I'm addressing it. Because I've got people that I don't want to get mad at me, because I consider them YouTube friends and family, you know what I mean? And one of them was in there, and I don't know what all was said, because all I could see was people responding to that fake John Boy's chat. But I couldn't see what the John Boy was putting in the chat, but I could see the responses. But I just thought I'd get this out here where people could see or hear what I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't know why people like to sit there and mess with me like they do, but they do. But it's all good. I do believe I know who the fake John Boy is. He's the fake Mark B. And I do believe I know for a fact who Mark B really is. I need to talk to Applesauce about that. Yeah, man. But anyhow, I don't know what I've tried to get some guests to come up, but nobody wants to get on John Boy's panel. That's what I'm saying. It's gotten so bad, people want to disassociate with me. And look, y'all, I'm on my tablet doing a StreamYard, and StreamYard's already got, a slow comment section. So I don't know, y'all. What do you do? I'm just trying to do a little damage control on my already damaged channel. This channel's damaged beyond repair, and they're still trying to tear it on down. I don't know who these trolls are, but if I'm worth wasting that much time on, I must be doing something right. That's all I can figure. So, hang on. Hey, I barely got the net to do this. Yeah, yeah. StreamYard. As far as I can't pop out the chat. I'm on a tablet, so it's hard to sit there and get other windows up in my. I need to get another mouse for my laptop because that daggone built-in mouse sucks on that thing. I can't scroll pages down. I don't know. It's got like a hair trigger. It'll click on stuff without me clicking on it, but when I try to click on stuff, it won't. So, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. But I just want to get this message out here and let people know, hey, I'm not out trolling channels and I'm not bashing people's ideas. I'm not bashing people's rituals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do what you want to do, that's none of my business. I'm not going to sit there and say anything. Let me put it this way. I'm not going to knock what you personally do, but I will voice my opinion on my world views. But I can't even do that anymore because everything's sensitive. Yeah, I'm just look. I'm barely on YouTube. I barely use these computers anymore. I'm not going to waste any money on anything. I am like, if y'all could see, I am this close to just not ever coming back on YouTube. I'm sick of it, man. My home feed, I can refresh it. All it does is rearrange the deadgum videos. It doesn't give me new ones. It just rearranges the thumbnails and stuff, right? And I can refresh it. It just rearranges the same thumbnails. And then it'll put up a blue thing saying latest videos. And I'll push it, and the latest videos are 1 year old to 15 years old. I don't know how that's the latest videos. You mean nobody's done nothing in 1 year or 15 years? I mean, and then it's stuff I don't want to watch anyhow. That's the other problem. Everything on my home feed is stuff I don't care to watch. So they've shadow banned my channel. They've shadow banned my feed from YouTube of what I can watch. The only way I can catch people, look, I got everybody's bells ring, and I don't get notifications for live streams or anything. I don't get notifications for videos. I just have to accidentally run across them when I got to keep scrolling through the homepage. I found one day that if I scroll through about 1,000 videos, I'll start getting to something fresh, something I hadn't seen. It's ridiculous, man. I don't understand. Am I that big of a danger of getting the truth out there? I stopped talking about the truth. You can't talk about what's going on nowadays. You say one thing about one topic, any topic, pick a topic. It don't matter. If you tell the truth about it, you get a community guideline strike. This goes against community guideline policies. If you feel we've made an error, yeah, and then you sit there and go to dispute it, and they send you a message back. Your dispute is rejected within a minute. I mean, did y'all have time to review that? And then I found I can play music that usually just gets a copy claim, but lets the video play. But if I say something that's too close to the truth, they'll act like it blocked worldwide. Yeah, I don't know if I can get out. I'm way down. I'm in the valley. I'm on a side of a hill in a valley. I've thought about it. Ain't that important anymore. People ain't figured out what's going on. Then there ain't nothing I can do. I've said all I can say. Exactly. I know you meant left can't handle the truth, but it said last. But it's okay. I know what you're saying. No, they can't. You know, I've been following '07 Spalding for daggum, I don't know how many years. I mean, we even talk on Hangouts. And that joker sat there and did what he did to me during that live stream, and then sat there and said white people need to shut the F up. He was addressing that to me. White people need to shut the F up. Sounds kind of racist to me, but it's okay coming from him, right? This censorship. I mean, I don't think Russia is this bad. I got to think about it. If I could move anywhere in the world, y'all know where I'll move? Because I know this country will not participate in the Great Reset. I would move to North Korea. Yep. At least they're trying to keep their country intact and they're trying to keep their people pure. Unlike this country is trying to divide the people up. North Korea's got their shit together. North Korea is one. And they're not going for the global reset, you know? What, Ouija? Hey, guess what? Lassie never told anybody Timmy was in the well. I heard that about the Mandela effect. And I remember seeing that on TV. You cannot find that episode. It's gone. Lassie never ran and told the parents, ruff, 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 ruff. You know, what? Timmy's in the well? Show us. That never happened. But yet, you can go back on over the years, I've said that when my dog barks, I go, what? Timmy's in the well? Where did I learn that if it never existed? You know what I mean? Yeah. She better, or she won't get fed today. No, I'm kidding. But that's how they're acting, man. If you don't do this, we won't do that. Just hanging stuff over people's heads, making them. If you don't conform the way we think, you're going to have a hard time. And that's what I don't understand. I am with the LGBTQ community. I identify as a lesbian trapped in a man's body, but I keep getting prosecuted for it. It's not right. I think I got a lawsuit. They are, how am I trying to say it? They are discriminating me because I identify as a lesbian trapped in a man's body. I don't think that's right. Oh man, y'all, I just don't know. Woo, I got 5 people in the chat. That's the most I've had the last few live streams. Except for the one I did the other night about the truth of 7 Spalding. I saw 18 people in there. It's funny how you do some sort of drama or talk about another channel, you get people in. But when you try to talk about real life stuff, it's like, But yeah, somebody's out there trolling with my name, but they don't have my avatar. And this is what I wish. Or maybe I shouldn't wish for it. Maybe I should just stay quiet. But this is how I see it. If a John Boy comes up in anybody's live streams that is being opposite and trying to cause friction, they should be blocked. That way, if I do, the real John Boy shows up in that channel's live feed, I'm not blocked. because I showed up. You see what I'm saying? I'm the real John Boy. I got the real John Boy avatar. I don't get alerts from anybody, Polar. Nobody. And I've got bells rung. I mean, I follow Super Dave. I don't get, I mean, everybody that I subscribe to, I got the bell rung on, right? I don't get anybody's live streams until after it's over. So that's why it's important for me to try to get over there and look at my home feed. Because even my subscription feed don't show me the people that I really want to watch when they're live. It's crazy. My daggone home feed and subscription feeds are censored or shadow banned. However, they put the algorithm in there that's really, I don't know how to explain. Look, I did a video. Somebody commented. I went to comment to them, and I could not get my comment to post. My comment kept getting deleted off my own video, and I wasn't saying anything bad. I think I used the word communism, and it wouldn't let the comment post because I used communism. And then I tried to make a comment and it had the word stupid in it. It would not let it post until I separated the letters in the word stupid. Then it let it post. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is censorship on a level I've never seen in my life. I can't even comment on my own videos because I'm using words like stupid, communism, use the word white. Oh my goodness. Ouija, go get the ladder and drag it over there and throw it down in the well so Timmy can climb out. My dog's that smart. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I never, look, if I hadn't been told this happened, I would have never known, right? And they done pissed off a lot of people that follow me. Like, I'm pretty sure they upset Bamboo. I love Bamboo. He's my brother on the other side of the country, you know what I mean? But man, I don't know what all he was saying because, like I said, he deleted all his comments in that chat, like the Mark B was doing. Oh man, can't we all just get along? You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Crazy. I can't watch the news anymore. Hell, the weatherman's even lying. He makes up words for Becky Morrison. How you doing? How you doing? Isn't that how Joey did it on Friends? Yeah, it's just crazy, man. But yeah, the weatherman, you get some screwed up looking stuff on the radar or the satellite maps of like a front coming in, and he calls it a quasi-monopolist situation. I'm like, what? I've never heard that term in my life. But they're trying to explain why the weather's like it is, so they make names up for why you're seeing, a storm going east while another storm is going west and run into each other. And I thought we had trade winds, you know what I mean? They go from west to east. I've seen this stuff. Yeah, censorship is ridiculous. Censorship of freedom of speech. Skywatcher footage. What's going on? I was just warning everybody there's somebody, an imposter out there posing as me, but they don't have my icon. Y'all know the John Boy icon. I don't have it up right now. because I didn't want them to have a chance to try to screenshot it and come up with one. But everybody look at my, well, I guess they could go to my channel, but you could never screenshot a round icon, I mean a round avatar, and reuse it without it being screwed up. That's all I'm saying. So y'all look at my icon, see how it looks. You see one that looks similar, but it's not the same. It ain't me. But yeah, I was just trying to put out the fire before it got out of hand, you know what I mean? Because it'll do that here on YouTube, man. People go, they don't care if it wasn't me or not. It was John Boy. It was John Boy. That was his name. Yeah, it wasn't me. They were talking to Bubba News. I know Bubba News. They were talking to a lot of people I know and saying some crazy stuff, evidently, because I was seeing the responses back. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I wouldn't talk like that. I wouldn't act like that. And I'm not that way, and I'll never be that way. I might get on here and voice my opinion, which usually breaks community guidelines, and I get a strike. Y'all know I've gotten like 7 strikes in the last 11 months, right? One time, I got a strike. It was bull crap. As soon as I could live stream, I live streamed the video that got me to strike, and they struck me again. So then I waited 3 months before I did anything. All those are gone. I come back on, dadgum, if they don't strike me, and then strike me again. So I chill out for a while. 3 months are over. I come back, I get a strike. I mean, I'm like, come on, guys, give me a break. I can't even get on here and say I stumped my toe without getting a strike. Oh, that's medical. Stumping your toe is a physical. No, that's violence. He stumped his toe. I don't know. They just make up crap. They told me I gave medical misinformation, and I sent a pill to them and asked, will you please give me the timestamp of when I violated community guidelines? And I mean, it wasn't 10 minutes later, they done rejected it and would not send me, a timestamp of when I did it, because I didn't. That's the whole thing. I didn't do what they said I did, and they couldn't show where I did, but they still rejected my appeal. And that's how they've done on every strike. They've rejected. I'm like, man, this is crazy. And there's no real people you can talk to. None at all. People say, won't you call YouTube? Give me a number. I'll call YouTube live on air. I'll hook up my mic, tie the phone into my deadgum switchboard, and we will talk to YouTube live on air. But I don't have a number. Oh, no. Are you serious? I did put a mask on my toe. I was trying to protect it. It's just crazy, y'all. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood. I'm not out here trolling channels. I'm not out here starting fights with people in the live chats. That's not me. I just want to get along, and I want my freedom of speech back. And I don't want freedom of speech to sit here and troll people. You know what I mean? I'm not trolling anybody. And when this supposedly happened, I know I'm in bed sleeping because this live stream was on like at 1:30 in the morning. And I went to bed right after the weather last night at 10:30. Never been to that channel. Never heard of that channel until today when it was brought to my attention. Sharon, what's going on? Yeah, AI bots. let me tell you, there was a. I'm not gonna mention the dude's channel name, but his channel's about targeted individuals, right? And I'm in there, and it's a live stream. I'm in there chit chatting and everything, and I'm giving examples. I told him about. Do y'all remember the time I had the health survey? I was doing a live stream, and the LSU uh, research laboratory called me in regards of Tennessee healthcare, and they had a survey they would like to take with me. So I put my phone on speaker while I was live streaming, and we all listened to the questions, and y'all heard my crazy answers. And one of the questions was, now this is a health survey. One of the questions was, how many guns do you have and where do you keep them? That's the daggone health survey. Well, it was like a week later. It was a week later, I guess. I happened to be doing a live stream, and dadgum, if the LSU Research Laboratory didn't call me up again, and they were doing a post survey about my survey. That's when I started asking, what kind of health survey is, how many guns do I have and where do I keep them? He's like, well, that's just, I go, excuse me, what's that got to do with my health? I don't know, sir. Uh, just crazy. It's on my channel somewhere, I think. You know what? You know what else is crazy? YouTube they removed a video I had set on private and gave me a strike for it. It was set on private and they gave me a strike on it. They removed it and struck me. Is that not crazy? Roots Magoo, what are you doing coming out of the back? I thought you were hiding back there in that dark shadow. Well, thanks for popping in early on the daggum live stream. Daggum, it don't feel like I've been on here 32 minutes. Yeah, they played stupid. I found out though on my own channel, on my own video, I could not comment to somebody and say the word stupid. They kept removing my comment from my own comments. So I had to spell out stupid with, divide the letters up. Or space the letters out, I should say, not divide them up. Crazy, man. Crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it, man. I swear, I don't think Russia and North Korea is this bad. Yeah, I don't get it. Don't get it at all. Why is somebody out here trying to make me look bad? I already look bad enough. I can't help if I'm a hillbilly out in the middle of the deep woods of Tennessee, living out here in the middle of nowhere with my little dog Ouija. Yeah, good global citizen. Wolf lover. I tried to hit that, but Wolf lover jumped in real quick. I hadn't seen you in a while. I got people posing as me out there, Wolf lover, so be careful. It ain't me. Just look at the avatar, you can tell. It's a generic. It says it's blue and got a big old J in it. That's not me. My avatar is my goggles and mask. There you are, Jenny. I sent you an invite. If you wanted to come up on the panel, you can do it on your tablet or your phone. All you got to do is go to the link that I provided to you. Maybe I need to check see if you're backstage. I did not. No, I don't see. I've never really live streamed like this off my tablet with StreamYard, and I'm trying it out. You moved. Well, don't tell me where you moved. Do you? Man, they're doing it to me now. Got to send it in the Hangouts, Jenny. Oh, you're in the mountains now. You know what I don't get though? Look, I hate to say it, and I love the Smoky Mountains and everything, but daggum over there to Blue Ridge, man, there's a bunch of nuclear stuff, nuclear reactors over there. You know, power plants. I mean, excuse me, clean energy plants. How they call just because it ain't putting out smoke, they call it clean energy. But if you ever have a problem, you can't go back to that land for hundreds of thousands of years. So I think I'd rather have a coal plant going than have a problem with a clean energy plant. Y'all know what I mean? Crazy. But yeah, that's my problem. And there's so many clean energy generators around the United States. If the grid ever go, and that's something else I don't get. These clean energy plants have to be plugged into the power in order to run. They can't. It's weird. You think you're using nuclear fission? All they're doing. Look, when I was a kid, I thought, man, they're using nuclear fission and making energy. I thought they're, like magnets. You know how you can't see the magnetic fields, but they're there, and radiation you can't see it, but it's there. I thought, yeah, they figured out how to use the atom. Daggum, all they're doing is putting like the positive and negative together and making heat to boil water. I mean, get real, guys. You want to talk about real nuclear energy? Yeah, that's the thing. If we lose the power grid, there's going to be a lot of meltdowns if they can't shut these things down fast enough. I mean, think about it. When Fukushima happened, they went out there and grabbed all the car batteries they could find to sit there and get power in there and try to. I mean, are you serious? You got a nuclear power plant and you got to pull batteries out of daggum cars to make stuff work. Oh, it's just crazy. Man, y'all are chatting faster than I. I'm just a poor old hillbilly and it's hard for me to read. I graduated from the 6th grade. I was driving the substitute bus too back then. I graduated at, how old was I? 19 when I got out of 6th grade. But yeah, that's the problem, man. Even though you run to the mountains, they've done. I mean, it's like they got. It's like they planned all this stuff. They're like, well, let's set nuclear power plants here, 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 and here. That way, when it hits the fan, those places are going to be no good and kill lots and lots of people and pollute forever. I mean, 100,000 years. How many generations is that? Think about it. All right, Jimmy. Oh, man. Exactly, Roots. There's nowhere to run or hide. There's not. There really isn't. Shoot, I just found out. I don't know why. I mean, this year or two ago, and I got to looking, and I was like, I wanted to check out the nuclear power plants that were near me, right? I'm glad they stopped building on it, but there's one like 35 miles south of me. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm glad it didn't go there. They wound up stopping, then it turned into some space shuttle solid rocket booster factory or something. I don't know what it is now. But they put these things on rivers, man. Think about it. They're destroying the rivers because they got to use all that water to cool down and boil. Well, they got to boil the water plus use the water to cool stuff down. Whoever thought that clean energy was I still don't think I seen that on the news, Jenny. Jenny, I don't do too many live streams anymore. I was supposed to be being interviewed this Saturday on Penny Bunny's channel. She's doing a Sasquatch topic. I don't think it was yesterday. How many days ago did that happen, Jenny? I think it was like 3 days ago or something. I think I might have seen something on the news, but that was it. After that, it went off. That's the good thing about pets. My dog always keeps telling me that daggum Timmy's stuck in the well. He needs help. I'm trying to figure out, and y'all know about the Mandela effect, right? Because I remember I remember I was in high school. What's his Nelson Mandela went to prison, right? Like 1986, somewhere in there. A couple years later, he died while he was in prison. Got very enlightened. And I remember him dying in prison. Well, it was like 15, 20 years later, all of a sudden, big news. Nelson Mandela is being released. I'm like, how is that possible? The dude was dead. But that's how the Mandela effect, that's where the name come from, is Mandela. I couldn't believe it, man. I know for a fact, I remember. I remember when he went to prison, and I remember when he died in prison. I sure never thought he would come out of prison because I thought he was in the ground. I know you won't let me back up on your panel after that last little incident. Cafe, what are you doing, man? That barge still stuck out there in the water? Jimmy Graham, I don't remember. Jimmy. Oh, you talking about the evangelist guy? Yeah, ever since Roots had that problem me on the panel, he just don't go live anymore. Well, how's Happy Mama doing? I hadn't seen her in a while. There's a lot of people I don't see come over here that I see everywhere else. I miss my YouTube family. I'm not ranting and raving anymore, but I'm definitely not out trolling other channels like somebody's trying to make me look like I'm doing. Did you know that, Cafe? Somebody's going to channels and act their name is John Boy, but they got a generic avatar. And they're starting up crap with like bamboo. I don't know who Windhammer is, but they're messing with Windhammer. They're messing with the host of the live stream. I I don't know who they are. Well, I have an idea. She's at home. She's not allowed to use the internet when she lives at home. That's what I've deduced. Jenny had to do something. She was in her cafe. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This world is going crazy. I mean, crazy. Oh, man, that thing scrolled on me. Yeah, it's crazy. She might be. That might be who the Mark B dude is. And I wouldn't put it past her. That girl's crazy, man. She'll cause a problem and then put the blame on you. Never seen nothing like it. Man, who in their right mind would do that, Wolf Lover? Who? I mean, let me tell you, she had my phone number, and I'd get calls at like they're going 2 in the morning. Oh, they're talking about me again. They're talking about me. I'm like, did we not have this discussion before? I told you don't listen to it. It's the same old, same old. And she hung up on me and made a live stream of how I went off on her. You call me up at 2 in the morning, boo-hooing over the same crap you've been boo-hooing over, and then you're gonna hang up on me and then make it look like I was mean to you. I mean, come on. And then that time, Cafe, you remember, she come on my panel and then accused me of setting her up. I'm like, oh my God. I did not set anybody up. I'd never do that. Yeah, you got it. You remember you remember that what was she? The MK Ultra girl, I can't remember her name now. At one point, I thought that girl done did something with Rose because it got quiet for a minute. Look, Wolf Lover, I was stupid. When I look, she's like, maybe she was on her meds at the time. Cause that girl, I swear, is bipolar. I know somebody that's bipolar, and that girl got every daggum indication of being bipolar. Remember that time she accidentally went live and was talking about getting those pills and dividing them up and doing this to get a ride and doing that, and then had this many pills left over and blah blah blah. She said that never happened. She accidentally went live because she was trying to sit there and blackmail whoever it was she had on the phone. So she was trying to record a phone conversation and accidentally went live for like 26 seconds. And I saw it and I sat there and screen recorded it. And she's going to, I mean, it was her channel. It was her talking and Logan talking. And she said it never happened. The videos are still on my daggum channel. That didn't happen. You've got audio equipment. You can do those. You can make fake audio like that of me. That's what she was saying. Man, I ain't got the time to waste. I don't have the equipment to do it, but I also don't have the time to waste on it. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. These people get out here and try to act like they're me and go into other people's live streams and causing chaos. The problem with that is if that channel blocks that John boy and I come back and I come to that channel later and chat, they're not going to notice the avatar. They're going to notice the name John boy and they're going to block me. It's happened before, man. That daggone Abney, whatever name, Oregon Skywatcher did that shit. That was a two-faced person right there. Two-faced. Remember when she did that crap cafe? Me and you had two lives going at the same time. She jumped from my live, went over to your side, blocked everybody, come back over in my live, started, I blocked everybody over in cafe. And then she did it to me. Who'd you see, Wolf Lover? Look, my memory span, I can't remember back 30 seconds half the time. Oh, yeah. Well, I can't really tell because I'm like on the other side of the state and my elevate, they're at a higher elevation. So, but like that one time she was trying to act like she was alone and she was going through that, I don't know, town square or whatever it was. You could see her cigarette pack she threw down on the sidewalk. She was trying, I think it's when Logan was still in jail. But I accidentally caught a glimpse of Logan when she panned the camera, but she never mentioned that he was out. You remember he had the disease. Crazy. Could have been an ice wall, a little lower. You must have been on the south side of it. Yeah. I won't post that. You saw that gum. I go to push that one, and two comments come up, and I hit that one. Yeah, that was a scam artist and a half. Ouija. That gum Timmy. Man, I had some wood knocking going on this morning out here. I heard it from 4 different directions, so I was like, you know what? Let me go out here in these woods and do a live and try to catch this audio. Maybe catch something visually too. But it's like as soon as I got the live stream ready and stuff, there wasn't nothing going on. It's crazy how that works. Oh man, y'all. I haven't gone live this many times in a long time. I think I've done what, 3 lives in the last 2 days? I can't remember. You know what I don't get? You can point your camera up at a clear blue sky and record the clear blue sky, and you'll get a daggone contrail banner under it. It don't make sense. Wood boogers. I've been trying to think of another name for them. I was calling them the woodsman. We started calling them what were we calling them? They try to imitate owls, but they're on the ground. Owls don't hoo, and these are going like Whoo! Don't even sound like an owl. And they're at ground level, you know what I mean? I ain't never heard a owl on the ground going hoot. You're around my family? You got some of my kinfolk out there? Tell my sister cousin hello for me. She got one eye and 6 toes. She never wears shoes. She can climb a tree like a daggone squirrel. There ain't nothing wrong with a hillbilly. You just don't cross them. I'm telling y'all, people think. All right, I don't know how. Let me explain this. You know, you got rednecks, right? And people think rednecks. Well, rednecks got a bad name, but rednecks think rednecks are good. But I don't, because all the rednecks I know, they love to fight. A hillbilly, they're leaving people alone, but they will defend themselves. You know what I mean? They don't bother anybody, and they're not fast to get into a fight. Super Dave 44 is in the house. Yeah, I try. I mean, I don't know. We used to have good live streams before YouTube went crazy. Now nobody knows what to talk about. Dr. Ebels is in the house. How's it going? How's it going? I'm just warning everybody, there's an imposter out here acting like me. So if you see somebody trolling under the name John Boy and they got a generic avatar, it is not me. Yeah, they will. You know what? A sip of moonshine a day will keep the corona away. I promise you, man, that stuff is good for you. People, I mean, seriously, in moderation, real moonshine is healthy. What do you mean get unblocked yesterday? I don't know. I'm probably I mean, not my physical channel, but the imposter John Boy is probably getting blocked everywhere. Done piss people off to where if I do go somewhere, they will probably block me because this guy is running his mouth and saying some crazy stuff to everybody. I mean, the people I know that's in the live chats. It looks like Colorado already is, man. I saw the national weather map this morning. It looked like it was 38 degrees. The whole state of Colorado and I mean Utah and all of them. It looks like a daggum cold front come down through there. I'm trying to catch up on his chat, y'all. You know how bad I am about that. Sorry about the icon, but I hate ScrewTube. Oh, I ain't worried. I ain't never gonna go to that channel again after he showed his racist card saying all white people need to shut the F up. Yeah. He was talking to me because I was defending myself against this Mark B that was trying to make me look racist in there. Now Mark B is on a mission, running around under John Boy, trying to screw me up everywhere on YouTube. That's why I'm putting this live out here. I've got friends that keep an eye out for me, and I was informed today, and I'm thankful for that. I will not release who told me, and I will not release what channel it was done on. But Bamboo knows, and Bubba News. Look, I talked to Bubba News and a lot of other live streams like Pete the Patriots And I was wondering why he didn't acknowledge me the other day. I don't know how long this has been going on, but it got caught, you know. I wish we could. I don't know. We're wobbling for sure. Yeah, it ain't nothing to watch, man. He's just crying, begging people for help. Cafe, you're still here? All right. Yeah, I got somebody being an imposter on me. Well, I was watching the radar last night, and I wished I had a videotaped it. But it started from the east and went to the west, and there was some sort of glitch. Like it looked like transferring energy. It just went from like Virginia, North Carolina, went across Kentucky and Tennessee, and then it got over to like Missouri and Arkansas. You could see it, man. It was like a burst of energy went through all the radar waves. Yeah, me too. Bamboo's my buddy. Now, Bubba News, I just know him from talking to him in chat, but this guy was sitting there giving everybody grief, man. He done retracted his. I mean, you couldn't see what he was chatting, but you could see everybody responding, and you could hear the host talking to John Boy. And I know I wish I could figure out who it is. It's whoever was trolling as Mark B is who I think it is, and Mark B is a troll channel. I don't know who the real channel is. I know Bubba News is a good guy. That's why I hate to see what was going on in that live chat last night. I'm like, man, this guy's attacking everybody in that chat. And had the host, all you could hear the host talking about, well, John Boy, I don't think, well, John Boy, if you think this, I'm like, gum, I wasn't there, and all I hear is my name, John Boy, or John Boy. Then I see everybody in chat talking to John Boy, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? I wasn't there. I've never been to that channel. Like I said, I've never mentioned the channel's name, and I'm not going to. But it wasn't me. Anybody that was there knows there was a John Boy in there, but it was not me. Well, Roots, that's exactly me. I have nothing to talk about nowadays because if I try to tell the truth, I get daggum community guideline strikes. Going against the narrative. Shoot, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. God is coming back. Oh, I caught the end of that mess. Oh, okay, Sharon, you were over there. Did you see how that happened, man? I'm sitting in there next to, I know this guy's saying I'm saying something about black people in a video, and I'm like, no. I mean, all right, the news is trying to make Comedia Harris look like she's a African American, and she has no African American descendancy, right? And I know I said something about that in the live stream. She's Jamaican and Jamaican and Indian. And then this guy, Mark B, is over there saying anybody in Jamaica was a slave from Africa. So they're African. And I'm like, dude, if you're born in America, you're American. If you're born in Germany, you're a German. If you're born in Jamaica, you're a Jamaican. No matter what color you are, you know? And 7, I think he'd been drinking too many. He'd been doing too many 12-ounce curls. Didn't have sense enough to sit there and look back in the chat and figure out what was going on. All he decided was, hey, let's block John Boy and make a racist statement that white people need to shut the F up. How did you lose your channels? It should have stayed with your channel. Wait a minute, I lost all my channels. Oh, you mean TV channels? No, you're talking about you. I don't know how that worked. Well, that's why I call her Chlamydia Harris, because she's a disease for this country. That woman, I don't know. I just Swampy Joe and Chlamydia Harris. What a pair. Oh, okay. Well, look, if you can remember your login to your, that's all you need to do is, if you remember your email address and you forgot your password, just have a code sent and you can put that in and get back on your regular account. You got to be on the same account because you're, hang on. I don't know. But you know what? I think that's when my problems started. Now I got somebody posing as me out here trolling other channels and people that I know. I don't know the channel he was on, but the people in there. Hmm. I can't never remember my passwords. I don't know what she is, but she looks like she could give Sylvester Stallone a run for his money. I don't know, that girl, that woman, or I don't know. And you know what gets me? Well, I'm gonna shut up. That'd be getting on the political side, and I can't voice my freedom of speech of how I feel. Yeah, I'll have to check later. I can't. Let me see. You remember the good old days when you could sit there and in chat you go over there those 3 little buttons and push it and it'd let you go to somebody's channel. Only thing you can do now is block or timeout. That's it. Yeah, that's 7 on. You know, and this is something else, Sharon, I don't understand. Me and 7 have talked on Hangouts. We're connected on Hangouts, and he did that. Is that not crazy? Hell. He even tried to call me on Hangouts, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I didn't hear it ring or nothing. If he wanted something, he'd call back, but he never has. I've been noticing there's been more and more traffic on this road here in the last 3 weeks. I guess because the country's opening up. Should have never closed down. And you still got people wearing those space diapers. I don't get it. That gums. Swampy Joe did his congressional address. Every one of them people are vaccinated, and every one of them had masks on. That's symbolization, you know? Why are they all wearing masks when all of them are immune from each other, supposedly? And they ain't telling half the stories of what's happening to people after they receive that. Yeah, John, well, thanks for letting me know you're still there. It's crazy, man. This whole everything is crazy. I mean, to shadow ban my dadgum home feed on YouTube to where I can't even catch a recent video. They're 1 to 15 years old. Yeah, I don't know what the actual time span is going to be. But these people, there's a lot of people that regret taking it. They said they can feel something's wrong. Well, dadgum, go back to what Billy Boy did in 2005 when he sat there and sold the idea to DARPA. We can remove the God gene from these terrorists where they don't want to blow themselves up because they won't believe in God anymore. That was the whole premise behind it. So if they had that technology in 2005 where they could, and they're like, well, how can we get it in these people? He said, we'll use the flu or the common cold. You know, a country, once they, I better shut up. I got to use, all right, once a country accepts using a certain bee, they can never not stop using it. They have to use it from that point out. It becomes a criteria. Yeah. And close down here. A lot of dummies are walking around with them diapers on their face. But yeah, the heart of Zany is in the house. Hello, how you doing? I was just letting everybody know there's an imposter using my name. Well, look, both of my stepsisters and stepmom got it right, and there's a vibe coming off them that I can feel, and it's weird. It almost made me want to run. I don't know how to explain it. And they're nurses. I would have had to quit my job. There's no way I would have ever done that. If anybody believes in the Bible, and the Bible says in order to buy, sell, and trade or whatever, you're going to have to receive the mark. Well, that's what they're doing here. If you don't receive the you know what, you're not going to be able to go to basketball games anymore. Look, you can tell by the icon. This guy's generic J. This icon on here is not my icon. I got a gas mask, well, a painter's mask and goggles. You can tell my icon. I don't have a generic icon, and I don't talk the way this guy was talking. But people are trying to sit there and mess me up for some reason. Yeah, they are different. But you know, I couldn't really tell. I mean, they still talk the same and still seem the same, but there was something off that I just couldn't put my fingers. It was more of a vibe I could feel. I don't know if it was the RFDI chips or what. Well, yeah, I guess fruits, but Oh, I know I am. I'd hate for anybody to be like me. I'd feel sorry for them. I wouldn't wish my life on my worst enemy. I'm serious as hell. I wouldn't wish anybody to have this life. Oh my goodness. Yes, there is. And no reasoning at all for it. I mean, the only reason I can figure is because people know I know. And YouTube has proved that by the way they community guidelines strike me on nothing and act like I did something. Now they've got it to where they got other channels sitting there trying to make me look bad. It's just crazy. Hell no. I am not touching that. I don't even like to be around somebody that's got, I don't know about that. I've been told I got an old soul. I just got to where man, I ain't lying, man. I had to come out here in the backwoods and just get away from everybody because, man, society is crazy. Nobody thinks it's right. I mean, right is wrong, wrong is right, hate is good, love is bad. It just don't make sense. I mean, I don't get like, all right. One time I was up in Jackson, Tennessee, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go to Popeyes and get me some of that daggum. Oh, what is it? Beans and rice, because I like how it tastes pretty good, right? So I'm in there. I'm standing in line. I'm in line for like 10 minutes. I get up to the cash register, and the cashier's like, "You gotta put a mask on." I go, "Ma'am, I've been standing in line for 10 minutes. Now you're gonna tell me I need to put a mask on?" She just turned around and yelled for the manager. The manager come running around there. "You gotta have a mask on to be in this store." I'm like, "Ma'am," pull my t-shirt up over my face. I go, "My face is covered now." She goes, "You need a mask." I go, "Ma'am, they require face coverings." "You can't do it like that. You have to have a mask on." Oh man, I'll never go back to Popeyes. Yeah, I hate society too. There definitely is dumb dust in the air because I can feel it. I have gotten dumber over the last 2 years. I'm serious. I can't remember crap anymore. And it ain't old age. All right, I'll give you an example. Like a year and a half ago, I needed to work on my well, right? Because I need water. I need to work on my well. So I come out of my shop first thing in the morning, got stuff, went over to the well, realized I needed something else, went in the shop. Next thing I know, it was the end of the day, and did like 10 other things and forgot all about the well. Well, that was the whole purpose of my day was to get the well going. How did I not remember to get back over there and fix the well? I'm like, what is wrong with me? You know, it's crazy. Look, around here, the clouds are pink all the time. I'm serious, from horizon to horizon. If you get on a wheel top. See what I mean? I can't even talk anymore. You get on top of a hilltop, and look 360 degrees around you, the whole horizon's pink. And if there's any puffy clouds, they're pink. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, it's just crazy. And the thunderstorms around here. Man, my shop, this happened, I don't know, like 2 months ago. My shop got hit by lightning 3 different times in a week's time. I have an old, I'm talking about an oak tree. That thing's like, I don't know, 4 foot across. It was the middle of the night, wasn't no storm or nothing, right? I happened to wake up for some reason, and all of a sudden it was the biggest explosion I ever heard. And it was like lightning, right? But I mean, it sounded like a bomb went off, and you could hear the echo keep going out for like, I don't know, 40, 50 seconds. And I went to look around to see where lightning had hit. Because, I mean, as soon as I saw the flash, I was hearing the bang, right? I go out there, man, it done blew the top out of that tree. I'm talking about 40 foot of this tree come down out of the top, and it was bigger around than I can, wrap my arms around it. And I got to looking, and it blew the tops out of 2 pine trees that were beside it. It was crazy. Don't be hurting yourself. Mystic Days is in the house. Here comes trouble. Mystic, I was just getting the word out. There's an imposter using my name, going to live streams and causing chaos. And it's not me. They got a generic avatar. So watch out for them, Mystic. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Where did that go? That gone. That thing chatted. That chat went running up so fast. Man, my neck has been killing me right at my collarbone. I don't know why, man. Yeah, you finally got me, Super Day. I mean, Super Day, Mystic Days. Super Day was in there earlier. I'm sorry. He's probably still listening. I'm so used to saying Super Day. In my mind, it's not. My mind is gone, y'all. I swear it is. Oh, they've been doing you too, making up fake accounts and acting like you. It's crazy, man. Usually when I do live streams, it's just whatever topic. You know what I mean? This and here, I've been trying to, new people coming in, I'm letting them know what's up. People's last stand. Hey, that's what I said. People's like, hey, you want to come up? If you do, go to Hangouts. I put the link. You can stay on your phone or tablet. You don't have to get on your computer. You don't even have to turn your camera on. But I think it's Mark B. And I think I know who Mark B is. I need to talk to Applesauce about that. Let's see. This chat got to moving. I tried to hit that one and it jumped like it did. Well, Mystic, you need to do it like I do it. I've gotten 7 strikes in the last 11 months. You get 2 strikes per 3 months. You get 2 strikes, wait out for 3 months, get 2 more strikes, wait out for 3 months, get 2 more strikes. And that's how you can get, 7 strikes. My problem is they went back and gave me a strike on a video I had set on private and removed it. and it was set on private. Oh, you're not home? These days, I don't get too far from home. I don't know if it was last time the dude. The reason I think it's Mark B. I went to the live stream that he had done that in, and in the live chat, he'd retracted all his statements like Mark B did in the live stream. You remember? So that lets me know you ain't joking. Look, everything I need is around here. If they close down every supermarket in the world, I got enough food to make it a year. Just, store it up. I'll supplement with the wild edibles. Oh, yeah, they make up stuff. But I guarantee you, Seven Spalding's dadgum live stream will stay up even with him in there admitting. I mean, on his own live stream, he's like, white people need to shut the F up. If that's not a racist statement, I don't know what is. But if I had said the opposite of white need to shut the F up, oh man, I'd been flagged as hate and community guideline strikes. It's good for the goose, but not for the gander. Yeah, I tell people I got 7 strikes in 11 months. They're like, it's just music. I'm like, not music strikes, community guideline strikes, but there's a big difference. I don't care about music. They block my videos worldwide whenever I put one song on. It don't matter what song. But I figured out something on that. I've been recording the songs and then replaying them back, and somehow or another, it's been working. Like that one I did, I ain't got hardly any views on that Sky video. It's called well, I had to break it. It was supposed to be Heavy Metal in the Sky, but it says he AV me tall in the sky. And I've got that song going in the background, heavy metal. And I ain't got a copyright on it yet. I'm trying new ways to get around some stuff. The problem with living off the land is if something does happen, you gotta worry about your neighbors trying to come take your stuff. Raid your garden, steal your cows. That started happening when the meat shortage started hitting, a few months back. And these farmers are having to get out here and guard their cows out in the fields because people are coming and grabbing cows. They're getting hungry. It's crazy. Yeah, I ain't worried about music strikes. There ain't strikes. Sometimes they'll let the video play and the company put ads on them. But with me, they just block it worldwide. What kind of deceptive practices are you doing? Are you recruiting? Really? Well, look, this is how you solve that problem. In your description, put in there, warning, this video may contain lies and clickbait. Do not take this video seriously. Yeah. If you put a disclaimer in there, maybe you can get away with it. That's what I do. If they're getting you for that, I would make up some sort of disclaimer that would nullify deceptive practices. Or put in their warning, this channel uses deceptive practices. I mean, I'm telling you, beat them at their own game. I put one time in my description, I put like warning. The person speaking in this video has no clue of what he is talking about and is all lies and made up crap. I just do that so I can make sure, I can say talk normal like I am right now. You mean that one prop beer you've been using? How you doing on your drinking? You settled that down some more? I ain't seen you in a while. Done got too warm. I'd be scared to go down that cave in the summertime. There's probably some anacondas down there. I had been age restricting, but I can't do it on this daggum tablet. I couldn't. It wouldn't give me that option. Bad thing about age restricted. See, I used to get it when they get me for a copyright claim and say, the copyright owner can put commercials on your video. Well, I'd go and set the video on 18 plus because at 18 plus you can't get commercials. Well, I'd set it on 18 plus, and now they block the video. Used to be able to play, then I put it on 18 plus, and it gets blocked. Oh, you don't need to. You don't need to. Well, I got almost 10 gallons of that daggum moonshine around here, and I don't even sip on nothing hardly. Maybe once in a blue moon, I'll screw the cap off and sniff it. Ooh, that spicy peach rum, man. One Tabasco sauce. One Tabasco pepper, and it just was too much. And it was a dried pepper that I dried. I grew the plant. I dried the peppers. And the pepper's been dried for like 3 years. It did not lose any potency. Yeah, I don't do video games anymore. Daggone, that's crazy. That's because they're charging. I hope they're charging you by the job, not by the hour. Hey, they probably got in way over their head. Oh, man. But yeah, I just want people to know I'm not out trolling channels, y'all. There's an imposter under my name out there. Dadgum, I've been on that long. What happened to the first motor? You mean they're having to put a second motor in there? That's crazy. I can't mute my mic. Oh, there, no. Oh, there it is, right? I'm saying I can't mute my mic, and there's the damn mic button. I didn't mean to cough in y'all's ears. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get off this sucker. Yeah, there is. There's a troll John Boy out there, Roots. Somebody brought it to my attention. and sent me a link to a channel that I've never been to. And sure enough, the host is up there sitting there, John Boy, if that's how you feel, and for John Boy, this, John, you shouldn't. And then Bamboo Soldier and everybody's Bubba News is in there chatting to John Boy, but you don't see John Boy's chats in there. But luckily, I was sent a screenshot of it, and the John Boy that was in there had a generic avatar. It was blue with the letter J in it. Y'all know my avatar. Huh. You know, I built my first V8. It was a 327 small journal when I was 13 years old. And I run that motor in my first car. And when I totaled out my first car, I put that motor in I had a 72 El Camino. I put it in there and I pulled it out of there. I put it in a 71 Chevelle, pulled it out of there, put it in my first dirt car and ran it for I built that motor and I said, what year? Yeah, the motor was like, I used it for like 8 years. And it was still good. I traded it to a friend of mine and he put it in his dirt car. But I built my first motor when I was 13. I built every motor I ever had. If I had a Yanker motor, I rebuilt the motors. Myself. One time, I was dirt track racing. What was it? I didn't like the motor in my dirt car, and I had just a stock 350 in my truck. And well, how did this work? But anyhow, I pulled two motors and rebuilt two motors and put them back in both cars in 3 days. I had two motors torn apart at the same. I pulled two. I mean, can you believe that? I pulled two motors, tore two motors apart, and rebuilt them, and had them back in the cars in 3 days. Well, you're welcome, Sharon. And look, I apologize for what happened over in that live chat that night, but I was just trying to do damage control, and that guy trying to paste me as a racist because I am not. Like I was trying to explain to that dude over there, we're all human. We got the same, I mean, not the same soul. We're all human. Color don't matter. It's who you are that matters. And I lost a lot of respect for 07 for how he did over there. Like I said, I used to be in communication with him on Hangouts. I mean, it ain't like I was some oddball in the chat. Me and Seven talked and shared videos across Hangouts and stuff, and he's gonna act like that in there. Mm-mm. Will not go back. Never go back. All right. I don't. Does O'Reilly's use Jasper? I know Jasper Motors used to be from. I mean, I'm talking about 20, 30 years ago though. Jasper Motors were known to be good. Yeah, I'm not telling anybody not to go over there. If they like them, go over there. I don't care, but I'm not going back because I'm not going to get treated that way from somebody I consider a YouTube friend. You know what I mean? And now I think it's that Mark B guy sitting there posing as me. No, it wasn't nobody over that night. I've been in this chat for a while talking, man. We're talking about how the trees are doing weird stuff, and I mean, I got elm trees around here. They got roots growing out of the limbs, and I put a video up on my channel of my oak trees. One of them's got like where the leaf is coming out of the limb. It's got a cluster of leaves around that, the leaf where it came out of the limb. And then I got another oak tree. Looks like it's got pears hanging on it. It's just crazy. I've never heard of Spartan. I wonder if the Mandela effect turned Jasper into Spartan. Yeah, that's well. I don't know if you saw me texting there, but I was like, go back and read the comments, and then I got blocked. Daggum, what? They sell short blocks as long blocks. That's crazy. So you're getting a cheaper price for a long block. A short block is just the block, no heads, right? And the long block is everything except for the carburetor and water pump stuff, right? I mean, that's how I remember it. You could buy a long block's considered a complete motor, and a short block is just the crank pistons and rods and block. I don't even think they even include an oil pump. I think you had to use, well, they might have. I can't remember now. I think it might have come with an oil pump on the short block. You just had to put your pickup tube on it. Or they supplied a pickup tube, I should say, but it wasn't on the pump. Uh, well, if your heads are warped, that could cause you a problem. Yeah, you ain't joking. These look, my what do you call them? Mulberry trees did not produce any fruit last year. And like I was saying, the wild edibles, I've been trying to tell everybody, they're whatever they're spraying in there is hermaphrodite and stuff. It's making, I don't know, it's almost like birth control for plants, because even the wild edibles could not reseed. My maypops, look, let me see. For the last 5 years, I got me a good thing of maypops going, right? Well, last year, the maypops didn't even make maypops. I got like, I don't know, maybe 10 good maypop vines going. Started out with 2, and they're wild. They just come up wherever they came up, and I just put stakes out and run fencing so they had something to climb on. Because I used to make wine out of maypops. What do they call it? It's passion flower, or they call it wild. What do they call it? Is it a wild nectarine? What do they call it? A wild tangerine? I can't remember now. But I made some wine out of them. That stuff was good. I wanted to make some shine out of them, but they didn't fruit last year. Yeah. That's what they're doing, Roots. I ain't lying. They're doing something. Look, my dog is lactating. Been lactating for almost a month now. She doesn't never go into heat, and she's lactating. And all I can figure is they're putting hormones in some of these dog treats, because I narrowed it down to these. It was called it was some sort of, what was it? Meaty bone, I think is what it's called. It's not really a bone. It just kind of looks like a bone. It's white on the outside and got like meat look on the marrow look on the inside. It seemed like after I gave her a couple of those is when she started lactating. I mean, this has happened a few years in a row, and I finally figured out, hey, it's one of these dog treats. So I started giving her some, one at a time, because I got like 4 different treats I give her. So I stopped giving her the 4 different ones at the same time and just limited it to one certain one for a period of time, and I narrowed it down to those little bone things. Yeah. They don't know how to shut the F up. Couldn't believe he said that. Could not believe. That's why I put that video up of him saying that. He can't deny. What, did I make that up? No. He said it. It's out there on my channel for everyone to see, and so far I'm almost to 100 views. I just want people to see this guy's, can I use the phrase, true colors? Oh man, there's certain statements we might not be able to make anymore. But he showed who he was that night, for sure. To sit there and do me, somebody he's known for years, and act like I was some Joe Blow that just come off the street. Yeah. I've never said nothing bad. I still haven't said nothing bad about him. I'm just showing what he's done. Yeah, he's stressed. He ran out of beer money and he's begging people to PayPal. Well, there's no denying he didn't say it. Or did I say that? There's no denying he did say it. Anyhow, he said it. It's on video. I think he don't even realize it. And then he made a comment, I always seem to make white people start screaming at each other. I don't think Mark B was white, because he was schooling me. He told me he was schooling me. He was educating me on the African American race. Man, I don't need education. And this is how I see it. In America, you're American. Because I'm going to tell you what, in Africa, they're Africans, right? But guess what? There are white Africans in Africa. So why do the people over here need to call themselves Afro Americans? They should be Black Americans and white Americans, right? It shouldn't really matter the color. You're just American. But they would need a little division, so they got to add color in there. But in Africa, there's white Africans. Sasquatch, how you doing? Oh, it was. I had some. I don't think you'd know the channel, Sandra. It was Seven Spalding. Some guy tried to make me out to be racist, and he was trying to school me on the African descendancy, and he stirred up a lot of trouble. And now he's changed, and he's made my name look. I mean, he's made it look like he's using John Boy and going into other chat live streams, and he's saying some crazy stuff, trying to get me blocked, I guess. So if I do show up at one of these, they'll remember. I mean, how hard is it to forget John Boy? So if I ever go to where he's already caused chaos and I chat, well, my name will show up, and they'll think I'm the guy that was in there causing chaos. So all I'm doing right now is trying to stop the problem. Yes, yes. Yes, somebody's really doing that. Except for they have a generic icon. please excuse this icon I got on here, but I got a little beef with ScrewTube. They keep censoring all my stuff. So, actually, they censored the truth about speak on it. I've gotten 7 strikes in the last 11 months. Medical misinformation and hate speech. That's crazy. But thanks for coming by. Yeah, he was re-educating me. He come over, I made a live stream on it, and dude come over in my chat acting like somebody else. He didn't. I was just trying to educate you. I know he don't have content. I checked them out. Or did I? Hang on. No, I guessed. He don't have content anyhow. He's a troll channel. Roots, when I'm on StreamYard, I can't, your comments don't delete. And I don't have YouTube pulled up. Hey, I'm confused too. Hey, did you see that first live stream where that thing screamed? It kind of did like a whoo, and then it went, but I had music playing. I had aluminum foil on top of my head. I was not expecting that. That was the first time it happened. Uh-oh. Timmy's stuck in the well again. Is Timmy in the well, Ouija? Ouija, where's the well at? Oh, she's not going to tell me. But no, I'm just doing this live stream to let people know, hey, I'm not out here trolling channels. Somebody's trying to make me look bad. I normally wouldn't have ever done this, but I can see where it's headed. So I'm trying to, catch it. And this will be the last time I talk about that. But I had some wood knocks this morning. They were way off in the distance, and they were coming from 4 different directions. And I went out there to try to live stream it, and it stopped. Your screen jumped. My screen usually glitches green here lately. I don't know why. It's crazy. But yeah, Sandra, I can tell you a whole bunch of different stuff. I've heard wood knocks before to where there was like 8 different locations it was coming from, and the first one would knock once, the second one would be twice, third one 3 times, fourth one 4, so on. So until it got to the 8th one, and it knocked 8 times, and then the 7th one would knock 7, then it'd come back 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it'd be in different spots in the woods, and then it'd knock back. It'd go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the knocks were moving around. And all I can figure is I was burning a bunch of leaves, and I live in some hills and valleys and stuff, and I think they're trying to figure out where the smoke was coming from, because the one knock, it was really close, and the 2 knock, it was a little further away, and the 3 knocks is further. I mean, it was crazy. It went on for like 40 minutes, but there's no way to really capture that. It's just a experience I had. And my channel's all over the place. My topics range from UFOs and Mandela effects, you name it. Except for I can't talk about the truth nowadays. I can't talk about the pandemic. Can't talk about the medicine. Can't talk about our governance. But yeah, it's crazy. I got a daggum ant problem too, man. I've been spraying around the house and spraying around the house. These daggum ants are relentless. I don't have nothing out for them to eat. But these suckers are getting up to my house. And I'm using some poison that you use a teaspoon per gallon. I don't think it should be on the market. And it stinks. Woo. But I put more than a teaspoon per gallon in there because I want to make sure. But the problem I'm having, it keeps raining. So after it rains, I got to go back and respray everything outside. It's kind of, I don't know. I got carpenter ants and fire ants. And then the mosquitoes, man, I've got like 12 different varieties of mosquitoes around here. Yeah. It's kind of like we need to use what the Second Amendment's actually for. You know, the Second Amendment gives us the right to defend our country from foreign and domestic enemies. And right now, our country has been taken over from the inside, from our own people. That would be considered domestic. People like Chlamydia Harris and Swampy Joe. But it ain't going to happen. I don't know how these people. Yeah, we got it. I don't know what. It really hit hard this morning. It didn't. They thought it was going to hit here like 1. It might have hit you earlier because you're north. I think it was more north. We're supposed to get some more this afternoon. We're in like a 1 out of 5 level. We're in a 3 for this afternoon for extreme storms. Did you see that video I did of it was called Thunderstorm Cell? Sounds like a jet. Exactly last time. But yeah, it sounded like a jet. It was actually, I guess, all the hell that was twirling around up in that thunderstorm, and it was right over top of me. And it went, I mean, I had the video going, but it started coming down. I had to run inside, and it held for like 15 minutes, and it had almost, it didn't quite cover the whole ground, but it pretty much covered the ground. Can't leave that up too long. It hit here about, it must have hit us around the same time. It sure did. But it only rained real hard for about 45 minutes. Then it was over. But man, it must have rained a foot in that 45 minutes because I had a river going through my property. That's why I went back there. I mean, that was a couple hours afterwards, and the water was still running like it does. I call that, I'm going to be polite, but I call it dry crap creek. But that thing was wet today. Crazy. Yeah, we got some crazy ass weather. Oh, you did see it? Yeah, that was actually, it wasn't rolling thunder. That was dadgum, that was that stuff up there turning, man. It sounded like a jet engine up there. Just, I mean, I've heard it before. This time I was like, I ran and got my my camera, because I've heard it before like that, but I've never recorded it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this on, you know, hopefully the audio picks it up. And it kind of did. It was lightning pretty good. And after that, man, it lightened so bad. You could smell you could taste the ozone in the air. That gum. Yeah, it didn't get, I don't think it got too windy here. Yeah, I ain't hurt. There wasn't no damage around here. But that one that I did record, a tornado dropped out of it like 6 miles after it went past me, and it did some damage up like Parsons. No, I used to root. I got a 50 caliber sniper rifle that can knock a deer down at 936 yards. Think that'd come in pretty handy. Yeah, think about it. That's over. Let's see, isn't that over a half a mile away? 936 yards is what? I can't think right. 906. It's over 2,000 something feet. I can't remember now. It's like almost a half mile. 50 caliber. It'll knock down a daggone regular sized deer from that distance. I got some polycarbonated tip bullets. I used to like the old 12 gauges. I never did have a pump or anything. I always had the one single shot. And man, that time that dude stole my daggone four-wheeler, man, this happened back in the 80s. I lived in Arkansas. And I kept my four-wheelers behind the house. And there was some dude, you know, little teenage kid down the street. He'd come by one time. He's like, I like your four-wheeler. You know, can I ride it? And I let him ride around the neighborhood and stuff. But anyhow, this is like a few weeks later. My four-wheeler disappeared. The same morning that it was gone, that dude come over, knocked on the door. I answered it. He's like, how you doing? Hey, where's your four-wheeler at? Right then, click. Nobody ever knows I have four-wheelers because they're behind the house. This guy walks up to my front door asking me, where'd your four-wheeler go? That told me he knew it was gone, because other than that, you couldn't tell it was even ever there. So I said, come on in. Well, I kept a 12 gauge right where the hinges are to the front door. So that way, when I open up the door hides the 12 gauge, right? So I opened the door on up. He stepped on in. I shut the door. I grabbed the 12 gauge. I sat there and I said, yeah, it got stolen. And I sat there and broke the barrel, caught the shell beside my ear when it come out, and clammed it back down in that barrel and snapped the barrel shut and said, this is for the MFer that stole my four-wheeler. He said, I got to go. You left. So I snuck around later that day out in the woods and come in behind his house because he had a shop back there. I figured my four-wheeler would be in his shop. I didn't go on their property, but the shop doors were open, and I looked. Wasn't no four-wheeler in there, but there's sure a lot of Suzuki banners, and my four-wheeler was a Suzuki, so it told me where it went. I don't know where he had it, but he's the one that stole it. If I could have caught him red-handed, I'd stuck that barrel up his butt. or stuck it in his mouth. I'd probably stuck it in his mouth and made him suck on it. I wouldn't have pulled the trigger, though. I want that to be known. I wouldn't have pulled the trigger. But could you imagine the mental anguish you could cause somebody if you told them to suck on that 12 gauge barrel? And if they didn't, I hate a liar, a thief, and a crackhead. That's the only three things I hate. And if you're a crackhead, you're the first two. You know what I mean? But nowadays, it ain't the crack, man. There's so many people hooked on that meth, it's crazy. I don't get it either. Just don't understand it. Especially the crackheads too. I mean, back in the day, you could look and see a crackhead from a mile away, and people still went and used that drug, knowing what it can do to you. And they're doing it with crystal. You know what I found out though? These people they're making crystal meth using a mop head somehow. They're mixing chemicals in a bucket and putting a mop head in it. You got to bury it for I don't know how long. And then you pull the mop head out and it's got all these crystals on it, right? Well, come to find out, when they do it like that, it makes some sort of chemical mold. And that'll get in your body and start spreading inside your body. Some sort of chemical mold, man. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. And I've never done it. We'll never do it. Oh, is that what it is? I don't know. I ain't never met. There's so many people doing crap like that. They just talk freely about it. Like, I'm out in my garden gardening. And I'm like, and one dude told me, it's not the crystal meth that gives you the high, it's the sleep deprivation that gives you the high. I'm like, are you kidding me? He goes, when you're on that, all you know is daytime and it's nighttime. You don't know what time it is. You just know it's bright and dark, bright and dark. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And somebody told me one time, there ain't nothing slower than a meth head in a hurry. Yeah, I know, man. It's bad. It's bad everywhere. It's bad out here where I'm at, and I'm out here in the country. The only people I know that aren't doing it are the black folks around here. They're smart. I'm not saying all of them ain't doing it, but the majority of the ones I know around here, all my neighbors and friends, they don't touch the stuff. But the white people around here, man, they got a problem with it. I don't get it. Makes sores pop out all over them and stuff, and they got scabs and I'm like, my goodness. Some of them get so bad on that stuff, you can't even understand what they're saying when they're talking. And they're just moving, I'm like, my God, what's wrong with this guy? What are you saying? I'm like crazy. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm glad. The only thing I do is smoke cigarettes nowadays. That's it. People around here, they stopped selling weed and started selling Delta 8 CBD, acting like it's weed. I'm like, dude. People are like, this is what I was told. You're the only one that can't get high off of it. Everybody else is. I'm like, dude, my receptors are set up for THC from, Malta. Not the extracted delta H THC from hemp. I mean, come on. Hemp is a cousin of weed. And the THC that is in there, they can extract and concentrate it, but it's not the same. But I don't do nothing now. Like I said, I drink my coffee, smoke my cigarettes, and make hand sanitizer that I don't even touch. I got some root shine about ready to be brewed up. And then I can't believe they outlawed sassafras. Said the saffron oil is a carcinogen. Yeah, if you eat 24 pounds of sassafras roots a day for like, what, 2 months, it could harm you. Other than that, it's a medicinal natural herb, or not a herb, but it's a natural remedy for stuff, man. It'll bring your temperature down. You can make tea out of it. It'll bring your temperature down. It purifies your blood. There's a lot of good, uses out of sassafras, but they'd rather make a man-made chemical to try to imitate the sassafras. It's just crazy. Yeah, we had a bunch of tree trimmers. What was I going to say? Trim trees? That's what I'm saying. My mind is gone, y'all. Yeah, they come through here, and I don't know, for some reason they cleaned up their mess everywhere else except for on my property. And they were out here for like 2 weeks. And I just waited. And finally I was like, you know what? And I went and I pulled all the limbs they left laying on my property and I stuck them all out in the roads. I was like, yeah, y'all are going to pick them up now. Last day, I'll get you some if I can. I'm half tempted to go up to Missouri and me and Squash come up with a better hand sanitizer machine. He called me up on the phone the other day. I thought it was one of these dadgum scam things, where your extended warranty is about to expire on your vehicle. This is a reminder. If you would like to, extend your coverage, press 1. I'm like, all right, I press 1. Then it's like, hello, I'm D-Bob. How you doing today? Which vehicle is it? I'm like, y'all called me. Y'all told me it's about to expire. Don't you know what vehicle it is? And he's like, well, which vehicle do you need extension on? I go, I got a 1970 International Scout. Click. Yeah, it was the earliest soda. I'm making some root shine. I've got a few sassafras trees around here, and a couple of them were in the spot where the other trees outgrew them and they're about to die. So I just sacrificed one of them to get the roots, and the tree was big enough around. I'm fixing to cut it into staves, and I'm gonna make my own barrel. I'm gonna make a sassafras wood barrel, charred wood barrel, to put that moonshine in and let it age. Oh, you ought to hear me do the other accent.
Guys, let me tell you, the other day I was trying on a dress and it just didn't fit me right.
Back when I was married, Me and my friend were talking to each other like that, and we had our wives crying. They were begging us, please stop talking like that, please. And we're like,
Is it bothering you, dear? If it is, we'll stop.
they were crying though, please, please stop talking like that. Oh, I mean, going to any gas station, you learn that accent. You know what I mean? Oh man, I used to be able to imitate that gum the cartoon characters and stuff like Daffy Duck, and I like the little space alien man, the one that he's up on the moon, he's fixing to blow up the Earth, and he had the cannon pointed at it, and Bugs comes up there and screws the fuse out or whatever. I don't even know. I haven't done it in probably 15 years. Let me see if I can. What happened to the earth shattering kaboom? No, that didn't sound right. What happened to the earth shattering kaboom? I still can't. I haven't done it in so long. Want to come get some root shine? Man, I got elderberry, blackberry, grape, orange. Um, what else I got? I got all sorts of flavors. Corn. Saturday mornings, man. Back before they deemed Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show to be too violent, and then started putting GI Joe and Megatron. I mean, what was more violent, Bugs Bunny Roadrunner or GI Joe with machine guns and bazookas and tanks and Megatron stuff with He Man? I mean, come on, what was more violent? How I used to watch Three Stooges. I used to watch Leave It to Beaver, Gilligan's Island, all that, all those good shows. I even watched I Love Lucy. I didn't really like the Brady Bunch that much because they seemed like a preppy family. You know what I mean? I didn't really care for it. Oh, I love Sanford and Son. Yep, I can't get that tune out of my head. The Little Rascals. Y'all remember the Little Rascals? That's probably labeled a racist show nowadays. Old Buttweek. Good times, good old days. Back in the 70s, man. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really like the Jeffersons too much because that guy was like a bigot, man, to me. But the one was that the one that had Kid Dynamite? Or is that Eight is Enough? I didn't really like that show either because that little fake boy, what's his name? He was a smart butt. Can't even remember his name now. The one that was like old, but he looked like a kid. I think it was Eight is Enough. Oh, I watched I Dream of Jeannie and all that, man. Watched John Wayne. Back when I was growing up, all they put on TV is black and white movies, man. Remember Mickey Rooney had movies out? I used to watch the Laurel and Hardy. I used to love Laurel and Hardy when I was a kid. But man, he beat up on poor old Stan all the time. You look at the stuff that I was raised on, you look at they call that bad, but then you look at what these kids are being raised on now. It's crazy. That's like when I was dating this girl in Jackson. She had a little daughter, and she was watching Witches of Waverly Place. And Selena Gomez or whatever was in that. And she said, I'm the queen of scams. And her mother in that thing said, I'm the queen of lies. And it struck me, and I went and I told my girlfriend, I go, you letting your daughter watch this stuff? What's wrong? And I told her what I just said. And she's like, well, what else is she going to watch? I go, anything but that. Remember Saved by the Bell? That Zach guy? Scheming, always scheming, man. How's that a kid show when the whole show is about Zach scheming? I mean, come on. That's why I don't really watch now at 3 o'clock. I might have to go inside and watch the Wagon Train because evidently I missed that when I was a kid. And I like the Wagon Train, man. This old black and white western of the Wagon Train going across America. Exactly. Hey, we are part of the cancel culture. They're trying to cancel us out. They're trying to cancel out anybody that's got any decency or knowledge of truth. All in the Family, yeah. I didn't really care for that one too much because I couldn't stand that what's her name's the song, the beginning song when she was singing. Oh, that gets them. I don't think Welcome Back, Carter. I didn't watch that as a kid, but I've watched some episodes since I've gotten older, and I'm like, that's still a little messed up nowadays. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Gunsmoke. And Mash was a good one. Yeah, Gunsmoke. My mom wouldn't let me watch that as a kid for some reason. Said it was too grown up. Like Three's Company. I didn't really care for that. Yeah. Yeah, I've reimagined it. I don't know what happened, man. I got shifted into an alternate reality. I ain't lying, man. I don't know. I probably already told this story, but my neighbor the other day, or a couple weeks ago, he stopped in my driveway, blew the horn. I got just some, uh, what was it, honey biscuit chicken things from Jack's. And I go up there, and he's got a bag of them for me because his girlfriend works there. Oh, don't forget about Green Acres and um what was that? Petticoat Junction. But anyhow, I go, yeah, I remember when Jack's used to be Jack's in the Box, and he's like, no, it never was Jack in the Box. And I'm like, yeah, it was Jack in the Box in the '90s when I come down to this town and work for a week doing the roof on the college. But he swears up and down it was built as Jack's, and it's always been Jack's. And I'm like, no, no. And he kept arguing. I said, you know what? Maybe it is in your reality, and I've just somehow lost my reality, and I'm in your reality now. Yeah, they had us still set up in their tent. Yeah, Petticoat Junction. Yep. I remember Green Acres, man. I haven't seen that since I was a kid, though. They haven't. They don't really air that on. Well, I guess you could get a cable channel. I don't have cable. This they used to be called Jack. There's both now, Jacks. And all right. Well, how come the Jack in the Box I knew is now called Jacks? You see what I'm saying? And I'm being told it was never called Jack in the Box. But I remember it being Jack in the Box because I always wondered, well, if I had a company named Jack in the Box, I would have a box with a clown springing out of it on my sign. You know what I mean? I always wondered why they didn't do that. But now, it's called Jack's. And I figured it was because that time they killed all them folks with that botulism. I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. All right, Sharon, take it easy. I hope some things got cleared up on all this mess that's going around with the John Boy troll that's running around now. But that was me on that live. But there's a John Boy troll running around now. But have a blessed day, Sharon. Same franchise, two different companies, huh? I'll tell you where I like to eat. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it. It's called Jack Purtle's. Man, they got some good food. I found out their secret. You get a steak sandwich and you could just bite into it like it was bologna. I mean, it was soft, didn't have, it wasn't tough or nothing. One day I went in there and I asked them, I was like, how do y'all get this stuff so tender like this? And she said, I'll tell you a secret. We pressure cook everything before we fry it. That's what, um, damn, my mind done went blank. Huh. I'm telling you, it used to be Jack in the Box because that was the only one I knew up here in Tennessee. And now it's changed to Jack's. So it's starting to cloud up here, y'all. It looks like that next front might be coming through. Yeah, Bible Belt. Hmm. I don't think there's any Hardys left around here. There was a Hardy up in Somerville, Tennessee. I don't know what the deal was, but the girl behind the counter, she wasn't my skin color. I guess she liked me, so I'd go in there and get me a dadgum hamburger, fries, Coke, and a milkshake for $2.10. So that's where I ate every day for lunch when I was working up there. I mean, you can't beat that. Hamburger, fries, Coke, and a milkshake for $2.10 in 1994. You couldn't even buy a milkshake for that. Yeah, I hear the jets up there laying it down. It's going to start raining here in a second. Jeep and John. All right. I'm gonna be dumb, I guess. Who's Big Blue? I'm serious as hell. I know who Big Red is. Hmm. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know. I don't keep up with sports. I apologize. I used to be a devoted NASCAR fan, and I just gave that stuff up like 15 years ago. After Dale Earnhardt got killed, it was like, and all the rules and stuff they did. And nowadays, man, NASCAR sucks. I love dirt track racing. Don't get me wrong. I love dirt track racing, but NASCAR the way it is now, it lost its meaning when they did away. Basically, when they did away with Pontiac, it's when I stopped watching because I like Pontiacs, even though I've had a couple of Pontiacs, but they never had a Pontiac. Well, that one did. That Trans Am had a 400 Pontiac in it. That's the only Pontiac motor I ever had. Rest of them were Oldsmobile or Chevrolet in them. Yeah, the only I got TV in there so I can watch the local forecast, and he misses it half the time. Well, more than half the time. They'll say, "Well, it's going to rain today," and then the afternoon, well, I don't know why it didn't rain, but it's going to rain tomorrow. And then the next day, I don't know why it didn't rain today. It's going to be sunshine tomorrow, and it'd rain its butt off. Come on. What kind of weather learning did they get? Oh, that's what I was saying earlier. They're making up words for the systems you see on the national radar. This is a quadzoodle caboodle boodle that's coming together here. They're just trying to explain why a storm going east is running into a storm going west with another storm coming down from the north. They're, the Kawada Wada Waddle is going to meet up here right over Oklahoma. Looks like it's man-made, man. You're just making up words to excuse the man-madeness of it. Mm. And I remember as a kid, people, you know how kids back in our day missed it. You go, Mom, where did the clouds come from? Well, son, it's from water evaporation from ponds and lakes. And it goes into the air and you see clouds. Nowadays, a kid goes, Mom, where do clouds come from? Well, you see that airplane up there leaving that white trail? That's where your clouds are coming from. What? That gum Timmy slipped in that well again. Okay, Ouija, tell him I'll be there in a minute. Ouija, tell Timmy to hang on. Keep dog paddling. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, shoot, here in Tennessee, man, they spray every day, day after day after day after day. Man, I get like 200 planes go over me a day, and I know there ain't that much airline traffic. Just what every airline in the world has got to fly right over top of me. But I can go to Jackson and it's the same thing. So I got 200 airplanes going over me, 25 miles south of Jackson, and Jackson's got 200 planes a day. And then you can go another. They're. I'm gonna be quiet. It pisses me off. That's how I started. My G Plus channel was on what they're doing to the skies. Now you get stupid banners saying it's contrails. And I just put up a video the other day of an airplane flying at the same altitude as the big long white contrail, and it didn't even have anything coming out of the back of it. They put a contrail banner on there, so I sent them some feedback. I go, I understand contrails. What I don't understand is how do you get two planes at the same altitude? One's leaving a contrail and one's not. I never got anything back on that one. Yeah, it's been my home state, unfortunately. Tennessee, the volunteer state, they volunteer to screw up your life as many ways as they can. Exactly, Misty. Oh, I know they're two different things, but they want you to believe it's one, just contrails. They changed that. Look, Wikipedia changes. You can, right after this plague hit, I went to look up pandemic, the real word for pandemic. And it was 3 days after they declared a pandemic here, right? Wikipedia already had that listed like it was history. I couldn't believe it. You live up there by Mystic. Ah, it's okay, Mystic. Yeah, you do, Last Stand. You need to get out of there. Look at California. What was it? 200 and something thousand people have left California, and it made them lose a seat in the government. I mean, that shows you Colorado. Oh, hey, it's cold there today, ain't it? Yeah, you ain't far from me, Mister. Bowling Green, you're right up there by Mystic. We figured it out, didn't we, Mystic? Within 2 hours, we could meet each other like near Clarksville. How close is Clarksville to you? I can get there in like 2 hours. Clarksville, Tennessee, right above Nashville there. I can be there in like 2 hours. It's right across the Tennessee River from me. Mystic said she's 15 miles from Bowling Green. Jeeb and John, you drink beer? He needs a buddy. Kid. 15 miles is pretty close in YouTube standards. That's like me and Jam and Jammer, man. That joker's like 12 miles from me. He's an eternity away from me now, but Jim John says he lives outside of Louisville. Yeah. Yeah. It was the last time. Maybe it does. Man, I do want to go in that cave, Mystic. But I don't know if I want to do it in the summertime, man. I know I'll run into a big old snake. It's not that I'm scared of snakes. I just don't want to get bit. Every time I've seen a snake, it was because I was almost about to step on it. Except for that one, that timber rattler fell on my shoulder when I opened up that door. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Same county. That spell check got you. Yeah, boy, I don't want. I'd like to do it in like fall or spring. You know what I mean? Where it's still gonna be cold in there in the spring. I don't know. I'm not scared of spiders either, because I still got a brown recluse spot still acting up on me. Go to Florida. That's the best place. I don't really care to go down there, but as far as the government, I hear that's the place to go. Oh, oh, it's got a lot of water in it. Be our luck. We get down in there and a daggum flash flood would hit. I just know my luck, man. If it wasn't for my bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. Y'all got scorpions up in Kentucky? I got Australian funnel spiders down here. You're right. What spring? You are absolutely correct. What was I thinking? Well, we do. We'll go from winter to summer, back to winter, back to summer, back to spring, back to winter, back to summer, back to spring, and then straight to summer. And this starts in December. What was wrong with Florida? From what I can tell, the governor's going to use the Florida National Guards to defend that state from the feds, the federal government. Man, it sounds like a place to put a still up, Mystic. I mean, a hand sanitizer machine. Yeah. Wouldn't doubt it. Last time I saw the news was showing y'all are like 38 degrees. It's weather warfare, but they won't admit that. And you know what I don't get about this greenhouse gas stuff and their you know they're against cows because cows produce methane. Well, guess what? What they feed those cows, if it didn't get fed to them, is going to turn to methane anyhow. That's what I don't get. Grass, when it dies, decomposes and turns to methane. So, regardless if it dies and turns to methane or gets ingested and turns to methane, you still have the same amount of methane in the air each year, regardless. Oh, yeah, people wise, that's what messes everything up. People, especially white people. I can't do the real accent. I should have said that in. I'll get in trouble on here for mocking, But I'm good at that too. You think my dadgum Indian was good? You ought to hear my Ebonics. I know Ebonics so well. Well, shoot, it's been in the 80s the last few days here, and it's showing the mid 60s come, I guess, tomorrow. Supposed to be 80 today. What is it? She's looking up there at that ridge line where that thing screamed down at me. What is that noise? Y'all hear that? What kind of airplane is that? Can y'all hear that weird sound? It's a weird engine sound, and you can hear it whistling. There it goes. This thing wouldn't let me use the rear camera. Might have been in Panama City. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Pensacola. I'm sorry. Cocoa Beach. That's where Major Adams was from, right? I Dream of Jeannie. You probably won't see that temperature last time. I like Crestview, Florida. There's some nice folks there. I still met a few Cajuns up there in Crestview. I worked at a sawmill company. I can't remember that Southern Lumber Company, maybe was the name of it, in Crestview. I worked on the green chain. That wood comes straight out of the mill. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut your ties with Kentucky. At least go somewhere where there's a hill and some trees. That place you're at's just farmland. It looks like the Buckeye State. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I love the mountains, but there's too many nuclear reactors up there around Blue Ridge and stuff. Hey, I was going to ask you last time, you think there's nothing around those 10 acres, right? You should start your distillery on it. I know just the master distiller to run it for you. Mossy Head. I'm trying to remember what that river. There's a little creek river. I think it was called. It was right there in Crest. Right. It's on the outskirts of Crestview. What's that highway run through there? 10. But it was called Black Creek. I think Black Creek or Black River. All right, Jeep and John. Thanks for coming by. Come back by anytime. You hear? I'm just a crazy hillbilly. This state ain't big enough for the two of us. No, I'm kidding. I don't know, man. Tennessee. I don't know if it's. I don't think there's a state anywhere that's worth a crap. Because Tennessee's allowing these businesses to keep the face diapers going. You know what I mean? I can't remember which states it are that are sitting there trying to pass laws to where these companies look. They're fixing to make it where you got to have that, you know what, in your arm if you want to work somewhere. And there's a few states trying to pass laws to make that unconstitutional. But if they start doing that to where everybody's got to have that, you know, stuff in them in order to work, we're in problems. It might have been Shoal. I can't remember. It was it was west. All right, the town of Crestview. What's that main highway that runs down the coast right there? It's 10, ain't it? But it was west of Crestview, not but a few miles, and the Tallahassee State Park was on down the road a little bit more on the north side. There's something out there. There's something out there on top of that ridge, y'all. Believe me, I got stranded down there in December and had to live down there where the boat ramp was in a tent. I was in a 79 Trans Am. And we went up there to Tallahassee Park, and they had all the showers and stuff closed because it was out of season. But me and my wife would still sneak up in there and grab a shower. Ex-wife, I should say now. She wasn't much of a wife when I was married to her. And if you're listening, Tammy. Ooh, I heard thunder. Storm's about to hit. All right, last time. I'm probably going to get off of here because storm's fixing to hit. And I'm telling you, this shop's been hit 3 times with lightning last month. It's the one that goes all the way through Meridian. I mean, not Meridian. Pascagoula goes on, you know, Gulf Shores, Pascagoula to Biloxi. That main highway right there on the coastline. Yeah, I had to go. What was it? I had to go down there. What's that town that Ingles at? Myrtle Beach. I had to go down there because I'd lost my Social Security card and I needed to apply for a Social Security card or something. And what I like, or I don't know, the weird thing about Florida is daggum asphalt got seashells in it, man. I've been to Tampa Bay, but I landed there in a C-130. Yeah, that's the good old days. Yeah, I got flooded out down there on that Shoal River, though. It started raining real bad. And I was watching that river rise and rise and rise. And I told my wife at the time, well, we got to pack this stuff up and go. She's like, why? I go, it's fixed to be flooded. She's like, no. I'm like, yeah. So I got everything packed up. We got in the car and look, it was like a mile down a gravel road to get to that spot. So we went back, got on 10, went into Crestview, found us a tobacco store where we could afford some cigarettes, and went to go back to the campsite. And we couldn't get but 3/4 of a mile from it because the water was a foot deep, 3/4 miles from that river. And I said, now you see. I'm an outdoorsman. I can tell you what's about that. There was a air conditioning place down there in Crestview I almost started working for, and I can't remember the name of it. And that sawmill was down there. I think it was Southern Lumber Company, if I can remember. There's a sawmill down there. Durgan Heating and Air. Have you ever heard of Durgan Heating and Air? I think that was the name of that company. But then I wound up, oh, it's a long story. Wife wound up jumping on a Greyhound, left me down there in my car. I didn't have any money for gas. I begged and borrowed and got $10. It was enough to, I was going to catch the Greyhound at Biloxi. And by the time I went down underneath that daggum, in Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, by the time I went down in that tunnel, my transmission fluid got low. I almost didn't make it back up out of that tunnel under the bay. And I lost high gear, and all I had was second gear. And I'm still trying to get to Biloxi. I was like, that car, man, I'm going down the interstate second gear running 60 as fast as, 65, whatever. That thing's just. Then I've been going so long, smoke started coming out of it and stuff. And I'm like, man, I need some transmission fluid so I can get high gear. I pulled off in a rest area. I didn't have any money. And I was asking people out in the parking lot, you got an extra quart of transmission fluid? I'll trade you this toaster for it. I was trying to trade what I had to get a quart of transmission fluid. And anyhow, nobody had it. And I'm like, I'm on a time schedule. I got to beat this bus to Bahia. I mean, not Bahia, Biloxi. And I kept on going. Where was I at? I made it through. When I went through Mobile is when it messed up. But anyhow, by the time I got to Pascagoula, Mississippi, daggone motor was knocking and stuff, and I had to pull over, and I was just done. I'm like, now I'm really stranded. Couldn't catch the Greyhound. I'm in Pascagoula, Mississippi. I didn't know what to do, so I saw a church, and I pulled in there, and I went in there, and I was like, can y'all help? The only thing they could do for me is take me to the daggum Salvation Army. But I was able to find a job at Ham Marine in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and I worked as a pipe fitter helper. I got enough money together. Well, I stayed down there for a couple months, man. I wound up moving up. I can't remember where that was. The guy at the oil rig, well, I worked at Ham Marine with refurbished oil rigs. He needed a roommate, so I wound up roommating with him. Oh man, that's terrible, terrible. That was in like December of 1998. No, 97. Yeah, December of 97, January 98. Pascagoula had that drawbridge, man. And I had to walk, I think it was 4 miles from the Salvation Army to Ham Marine. And it was raining bad one day, and I hurt my shoulder. And I told my boss, I was like, man, I said, I can't safely work because, those legs and those oil rigs were like 40 foot between the sections. And, it's like 200 something foot tall. I was like, I'm not safe. I fear for my own, harm to me. I go, I just can't work. He goes, you just want the day off so you can sit there and fuck around. I looked at him square in the eyes. I said, dude, I live at the Salvation Army and they don't open up the doors till 5 o'clock. I go, I'm not getting out of here because I want out of here. I'm getting out of here to keep me from getting killed. Huh. Hell, I was on the run and helped do concrete work on the prison up in Whiteville. I thought it was a long time ago. I had a warrant, and I'm sitting there at the Whiteville prison. They built a new one, and I was helping do cement work on the walls. Crazy. Oh man, you ain't joking. I finally got. Where did I make it to? From Pascagoula, I caught a bus to go to Memphis. Man, I forgot how many hours that was, but it was like a day. We got to Biloxi. I mean, yeah, it's Biloxi. Got to Biloxi, and some chick got on the bus, and I just raised up my hand. I said, "I saved you a seat right here," and she sat down with. We got to talking and stuff. And by the time we got to Jackson, Mississippi, we had to do a changeover on the bus, and it was like a 20-minute layover. I sat there and got a taxi and went to the liquor store because I'd worked in Jackson, Mississippi before doing a job down there, and I knew where the liquor store was. I got a taxi and ran, got a big old bottle of vodka and orange juice, and come back. And me and that girl rode from Jackson, Mississippi to Memphis, drinking screwdrivers back there in the back. It was kind of fun. It was back during the Mardi Gras. The Mardi Gras was over. She was telling me, I woke up on somebody's front steps this morning. She was cute and all, but it was crazy. I remember that daggone. Oh, what was the name of that? There was a casino, looked like a pirate ship out there on the coast. What was the name of that? But anyhow, when Katrina come in, it destroyed that. I saw that that thing stole $300 some of my money. That's what got me bad off before I wound up in Florida. That's when I had money saved up, and I thought I'd get richer if I stopped and gambled. Then I wound up with nothing, and yeah, good old days. I've wound up in predicament. I don't know how I'm still alive. Some of the stuff I just don't know. Some of the situations I found myself in. I wound up in Casper, Mississippi one time, and I don't know what, I didn't know these people from nothing. I guess they were crackheads. I don't know, but I wound up, and these teenagers, one of them was holding a screwdriver, and they're all looking at me, and they're talking amongst themselves. They're like, you know, we could take care of him, throw him in a ditch. Nobody found him for days. And they're talking about me, you know. And the only way I could stay there, I had to fight the uncle. I won, so I was able to stay there, but dadgum, I didn't sleep. After them three saying that, and the uncle having to fight him, I went about to sleep. And they didn't give me a bed. I just had to pick a spot on the floor. I didn't get a couch or nothing. I had to sleep on the floor, so I just laid down there, act like I was sleeping, kept one eye open. Going on, Danielle? Yeah, those are the good old days. I'm glad I just live secluded out here in the backwoods now. But yeah, damn, I've been on here over 3 hours, y'all. Let me get off of here, y'all. I need to get in there. Well, I really need to start buttoning down everything. It's fixing a storm, man. It's getting dark. I hear thunder. Look, Danielle and Mystic, Last Stand. I don't know who else is in here. Showing three in the chat. So that's probably it. I think I'm gonna call it a day. I haven't been going live lately. Y'all hear the thunder? And Roots, I didn't know you're still here. Well, somebody's missing. But yeah, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day, and until next time, this is old John Boy saying, screw tube.